Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show that makes you feel better about being broke, fat, and trapped in a failing empire. This is the Bennett Full Send It Podcast. I am your host, Bennett Potteroff. Let's get into it. First things first today, Sean Diddy Combs. Yes, that Diddy. The guy who used to sell vodka and remix Mariah Carey. He's now officially guilty of violating the Mann Act. And that's an old-timey law about moving people across state lines for, in quotes, immoral purposes. Basically, if you ask me, that means he sent an Uber for a hooker, but who's to call him out on that, right? But here's the kicker. He got acquitted of all the serious stuff. Sex trafficking, racketeering, kidnapping. The big crimes got tossed, but the jury still said, yeah, you're shady enough to go to jail for a few years, I guess. So Diddy is now facing 5 to 10 years in prison, possibly less if the judge feels generous. Sentencing is October 3rd with no bail. He's locked up in Brooklyn, probably eating rice with some guy named Chico who used to run scams on crypto ATMs or something like that. Vote or die is what Diddy always said. Turns out it's actually fly or get indicted. And now everyone's like, well, at least he's not R. Kelly. Whew, what a bar we've set in this country. Anyway, let's move on to something a little lighter. Global war, that should do. Iran and Israel just spent 12 days bombing the absolute hell out of each other. We're talking drone strikes, missile brigades, nuclear sites getting hit, secret labs getting cracked open like a can of worms, and now it's quiet. For now. Like when two drunk uncles finish fighting at Thanksgiving and just start eating again like nothing happened. But let me tell you what actually happened. Israel hit Iran's nuclear sites hard. I have them written down here. Forgive me if I mispronounce them. I believe it's Natanz, Isfahan, and Fordo. They blew up about 18,000 centrifuges. Iran clapped back hard with drone strikes and reportedly even hit a U.S. communications center in Qatar. Oil prices are now twitching like they're on fentanyl, and Iran is threatening to close the Strait of Hormuz, which would basically choke 20% of the world's oil. So yeah, keep driving your lifted F-150s. Nothing to worry about, Gas will only be $11 a gallon next month. Meanwhile, nearly 800 people in Gaza have died trying to get food aid. That's the story nobody wants to talk about, though, because it doesn't fit the hashtags or the billion-dollar arms deal. But here's the truth, folks. The world's gone full Hunger Games is what I meant to say. Full Hunger Games. Celebrities are getting indicted for 2000s-era crimes, politicians sleepwalking through nuclear diplomacy, and your average American is just trying to figure out how to afford groceries and, nicotine pouches. I recently got off the Zins, but now I'm on the Velos. So, shout out Velo. This is what the downfall of an empire looks like, though. Billionaires pimping people across state lines, presidents who need closed captions to function, and TikTok kids doing bunker core fashion hauls while the Middle East burns. You want a better world? Ha! Too bad. You get content now. I can't wait till it gets to the point where I can say, this episode brought to you by Pfizer X, the only pharmaceutical subscription box that includes mood stabilizers, weight loss injectables, and a helmet for when society finally collapses. Either way, remember, folks, if you're stressed out, confused, or terrified by the state of the world, good. That means you're paying attention. I'm Bennett Potteroff. I hate everything, but I love you. See you next week, if there is one.